Hey guys, welcome back to another video here at Automotive Therapy. So today it is a blizzard here in Denver. Supposedly it's supposed to be one of the biggest snowstorms that we've had in Denver history. So I'm inside. We can't see the car right now because of the weather, but basically in today's video I just want to go over the expenses of owning an M4. How much I paid for mine. I'm going to give you guys the real numbers on what I paid for my car and what it cost to own at a younger age. I bought it when I was 20 years old. I'm now 21. And you know, I know a lot of people that watch my videos are interested in purchasing an M4. So hopefully this video will help you guys understand what you need as far as finances and everything in order to own one of these cars. So I just made a list on my laptop to kind of go over different points for purchasing an M4 and everything. So I want to start off with what you're looking for in an M4. So the price range on M4s are pretty much all over the place, between getting a used one as low as $32,000 and the low $30,000 price, all the way up to $60,000, even $70,000. So there's a pretty big gap, like a $40,000 gap of M4s that you could be looking at. So what it starts off as is what you spec your M4 out to be. I like having lots of options. Personally, I like having all the bells and whistles. I like having the leather seats. I like having the fancy paint colors. I just like having that stuff in my cars, especially in a car that offers all of those features and everything. So I went ahead and I basically spec'd out. I didn't spec it out, I bought it used, but I bought a 2016 M4 with, I'd say, every option besides the competition package. And the competition package wasn't too big of a deal for me because, you know, tuning the car will fix it and give you that extra horsepower that the competition package has. And honestly, the only difference is you get different wheels and a little more power, and the seats look a little different, but that wasn't a big deal to me. So you guys got to understand what you're looking for. You got to look at the features, how much value the features hold and everything, or if you just want to be simple and just get, you know, super lightweight without any of the electronics and added features, and just go, you know, lightweight, you know, smaller wheel size on it and everything, and just go that route, which is going to be a little cheaper. So once you guys figure out what you want out of all the different options and everything that you can get with an M4 or M3, you gotta look at where you're at financially. Are you gonna be paying cash for this car, which is awesome? You know, anybody that can do that, that's great, but not a lot of us are in that situation. So most of us are gonna be financing these cars and going through a bank and everything. So you gotta, you know, with a car like this, you definitely want to make sure you have a good credit, especially if you're young. I bought this car at 20 years old. I got a credit card when I was 18 and worked as hard as I could to build up a good credit score so that one day I could get a car like this. So credit is huge. Definitely make sure your credit's looking good so you're not paying extremely high interest, which would just be pointless to buy a car at that point if you're paying so much in interest. And try to do it as well as you can. And if you have a co-applicant available, that makes it even better. Just have a plan with how you're going to finance it so that you're not going to be screwed over in the future. Next, one thing that helped me make this a little easier was saving up a little bit of money before. I did a couple things. You know, I worked several jobs and everything. I did a little bit of like side hustles, selling stuff on eBay, going to a thrift store, buying stuff for cheap, taking those cheap items, selling them for what they're worth on eBay, and just trying to make money as legally, you know, none of those bad side hustles, legal ways of making as much money as I could to help reach this goal of mine. And then I was fortunately a few months ago was able to find a job, or as I look at it now, a career, where I was able to make extra money to really speed up my down payment process. And once I had a comfortable amount of money to put down towards the car and my credit looked right and everything looked right to me, I went ahead and started searching for my car, and I was able to go through a bank, apply, get approved for it. The down payment was perfect for them. The credit was well enough for me to finance with a low interest rate, and everything worked out perfectly from there. Towards the end of this video, I'm going to break down all the numbers. I'll give you guys my down payment number, the price of the car, how much my monthly payments are, insurance, all of that. So that's coming here. Just let's go over a few more points. So with an M4, it is classified as a high-end sports car to insurance companies. So if you're someone who has lots of negative insurance experiences, speeding tickets, accidents, anything that makes your insurance rates go higher, I would check on that. Like, I've had one speeding ticket and that's it. That's all that's on my record. So that causes a little bit of issues. Not too bad because it wasn't an extremely bad ticket. So, but if you're somebody who has, rough times with insurance quotes and everything, definitely make sure that you are checking your insurance prices and everything. Being younger also impacts the price of that insurance and everything, and your driving history, how long you've been behind the wheel. So make sure that you're checking with companies. Don't buy the car and then check, because you never know how much the insurance is going to be. It can be really expensive, or you could get a really good deal, or you could just have like an average insurance payment on a car like this. So, and I'm going to give you that number just here in one moment. Okay, guys, so those are really like the main points that I want to discuss with how to get ready to purchase one of these cars and how I went about it. So now that you guys understand how I looked at this whole goal of mine, I'll just go ahead and break down what the numbers are, how I paid for it, how much I paid for my car, what my monthly expenses are for it. So my car was originally $50,000, and that was a little bit out of my budget. I wasn't looking to spend that much money right now. So I was able to do some negotiating, and I was able to get it down to 45,000, which is still a little bit too high for me. I was looking to spend at most 40,000, but I couldn't find the car that I wanted in that price range with the mileage and everything. So I was able to buy a 2016 Yes Marina Blue M4 with about 20,000 miles on it, one owner, clean Carfax, for $45,000, fully spec'd out without the competition package. So if you ask me, that's actually a really, really good price for the car. It's in mint condition. They did all the service, all through BMW. They put new tires on it for me and everything. They took really good care of the car at the dealership. So I was really happy with buying it with that price and everything. So with the car being $45,000, I came in with a $8,000 down payment, which dropped the price to $37,000. So I was able to take that number and go through a credit union, and I got approved for it, and I got an excellent interest rate and everything. So I was really happy with all the numbers. So everything made sense to me. And I went ahead and I got the car for that price. So after buying the car and everything, my payments for insurance, will go there, is $282 a month, which is a little high for some people, but when you really think about it, that's pretty good for being 20 years old, buying a car like fully on my own for the first time, and doing this with a speeding ticket on my record. So I'd say I'm pretty good at where I'm at with my insurance, and it's only going to get lower as the older I get and everything. So I'm not too worried about that number. Other people I've seen, they've spent up to $600 a month on insurance, and I'm really glad that I'm not doing that, because I wouldn't be driving this car if I was paying that much in insurance. So then my car payment on this car is around $675 a month, which is not too bad. So total, it's $675 plus $282 is $957 a month. So I'm paying just under $1,000 a month on car payments and insurance. So that's not too bad, as long as you're managing your finances and you have enough money left for maintenance, and you have enough money left to live and just enjoy your life. So I was really happy with those numbers, and it's achievable. It may seem like it's a little tricky to pull something together with a car like this, but I was able to navigate my life and point it in the right direction to where $957 to own an M4 is not an issue. And I'm super happy with it, because it is my absolute dream car for as long as I can remember. So I plan on keeping this car for as long as I can. So the goal isn't really to just, I mean, obviously the goal is to pay it off, but it's not to pay it off and like sell it and get a new car and everything. I want to be able to pay this car off soon and enjoy it and honestly keep it, hopefully maybe for forever, because the M4 is a car that I've always dreamed of owning, and a car that just has always caught my attention, and I don't think I could ever get rid of this car, so I'm pretty stuck with it. But so with what I'm at right now, paying $957 a month, as we all know, it's a BMW, so you got to factor in maintenance, which I ended up paying around $3,000 2 months ago to get my crank hub upgraded, which is an issue on these cars, unfortunately. So you got to add expenses like that into it. But for the most part, it's a really reliable car. Just do your oil changes, replace the spark plugs, you know, make sure you're just doing the basic maintenance, and this car shouldn't give you any issues. And if you want to mod it, just know that modifications on these cars is a little more expensive than other cars. So you just got to be prepared for, if you want to modify it, it may take a little longer, or if you have the funds, then great. It's an awesome car to modify, super fast, super good looking. So yeah, just know there's other expenses, and it's going to be a little more than just $950 a month. So there's other things that play into that. So I have only owned this car for like almost 6 months now, so I don't really have a list of expenses as far as maintenance and everything to go over, like really how much you're going to be spending to own a car like this. Probably like after a year of owning it, or 2 years or something, I'm going to have a video breaking down everything that it has costed me to own. I know that tires are a big expense in this car. Those need to be replaced at least like twice a year, depending on how aggressively you drive the car. And just a lot of different things have to be swapped out in order to keep driving it a lot, if that's what you're doing. I don't drive mine as much because I work from home. But yeah, there's additional expenses, but I'll make a whole new video on that once I have those expenses made and everything, because I'm still new to this car. So I think that's gonna wrap up this video. I just wanted to give you guys an explanation on how much it costs to own a car like this at my age, and just what I did, what my opinions are when you're looking for one, making sure that you're wise about a decision like this when buying an M4, and just doing your research beforehand. So right off to conclude this video, do I recommend buying an M4? Yes. Do I recommend buying an M4 just because you really want it, but you don't really know if you can afford it? No. These cars are expensive. Just make sure that you have a plan when buying one of these cars. But to wrap everything up, these cars are amazing. So many good options and directions and deals and prices on these cars right now. They're only getting cheaper, and I'm in love with this car, and I've uploaded several videos on it already, and I have tons of videos coming up on the video. So make sure that you subscribe and stay tuned for what I do to my M4, as well as other BMWs and other cars. This channel is Automotive Therapy. We're all about sharing other people's builds and what it's like to own them, and just modifying them and having tons of fun with them. So that's gonna end this video, guys. I'll make a separate video going over maybe what I do for work or something like that to have these finances for a car like that. Just let me know in the comments if you want something like that. But thanks for watching. I appreciate your attention, and I hope this video helps you if you're looking for one of these cars. But that's gonna end the video. Subscribe, like this video, and I'll see you in the next one.